Blast from the grassroots, connecting people and sharing ideas. Hello, welcome back to Duran ASEAN. Today for our weekly KLPAC, we have people all the way from Penang who will be talking about The Little Prince in their own interpretation, which is entitled The Day I Met the Prince. And this is a play, of course, which explores the themes that are fundamental and often universal ideas explored in a literary work. So we'll say hello to our guests today. And we have Wong Lei Chin, who is the director. Hi, how are you?
Hi, fine.
You guys are from Penang, right?
Yep.
When did you guys arrive in KL?
Monday morning.
Monday morning.
Early in the morning.
Right, and you have two of your cast here.
Yeah, this is Shu Min.
Hi, Shu Min. And we have Arnold.
Hello.
Hi. And so tell us a little bit about the play that you're doing. Lei Chin, maybe.
The Day I Met the Prince is a children play. It's a children theatre, and actually it's an adaptation from Le Petit Prince.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the writer of this script is Guo Bao from Singapore.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And so what are the characters that you guys are playing, Shu Min and Arnold?
Oh, hi, I'm Shu Min. I'm playing the little girl in the play.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I normally call her Wen Wen. She's eight years old kid. And she's like the normal kids, like to draw, like to adventure, and so on. So, but like kids, she's a very independent and have her own ideas. Sometimes her idea will be like not accepted by the adults, so she will like have to run away from all of this. Yeah, so she met the little prince and the adventure starts. Yeah, something like this.
Okay, what about Arnold?
Oh, I'm not the main character.
Okay, that's okay. So what's your role?
Basically, I'm just playing the medicine seller, and who's I pose that as an obstacle for our main characters in his quest to find his answers to save his rose from being eaten by the goat. So it's just like an old man on the street and try to scam our audience, our main characters, and basically I believe that there's certain moral value at the end of my scene. Yeah.
So Lei Chin, what inspired you to adapt The Little Prince? And is this going to be in Chinese or English?
They will be in 4 languages.
4 languages,
Yeah,
and
English,
they are?
Malay, Mandarin, and Hokkien.
So,
Arnold character, he will be using Hokkien all the while.
okay.
Yeah.
So the entire play has 4 different languages in different scenes.
Yes.
So, so what inspired you to pick The Little Prince to be adapted?
Sorry?
What inspired you to adapt from The Little Prince? Like, why The Little Prince?
Oh, actually, I'm not the one who adapt the
okay,
script. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's a script writer from Singapore.
Mhm.
His name is Guo Bao. So what I do with the script is I just adapted it in a more Malaysian local way, where we have 4 languages like our society. So I don't really change any storyline from the original script.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you still have all the characters like the narrator, the fox, the conceited man, and all?
The narrator actually can be said that is the little girl as well. It can be a little girl or little kids. Or little boy. Yeah. And we have the fox, we have the geographer, we have the medicine seller, we have the in the script actually is I.
Yeah.
It's a little girl played by Shu Min, and also we have a granny.
A granny.
Yeah. Did I miss out anybody? And the little prince. Yeah, and the little prince. Yeah.
So have you guys staged it in Penang already?
It's a restage in KL. We already have the Penang show 2 weeks ago. Yep. In Penang PAC.
So, Lei Chin, you have directed a lot of plays, of course, and I have seen many of them back in Penang. So, maybe you can tell us a little bit about how the theater scene is in Penang. How receptive are the audience?
For Today I Met the Prince.
Not just this one, just generally.
Generally in Penang. Penang actually is a very, how should I put it? Penang is very small.
Very small, yeah.
So sometimes because you know each other in this small island, so it's quite, not to say hard, but actually it's easy to pass around the information. And of course your friends and also the actors, supporters, they will come for the show. And because I always have shows where in different languages, since the first show, the man tied to the toilet bowl. Yeah, so I think because due to several languages in a show, it becomes an attraction for the audience.
Okay.
Yeah, and the previous show which I did in KL, which is in the month of June, right? In the month of June is the Thai piece, where is thoroughly in Hokkien. So I think due to this all local dialect that I'm using, that's why in Penang especially, I get good response from the audience, and it's become like a branding for for myself, where whenever they see my name as a director, they knew that there will be local languages using in the show.
Right, and also it gives a sort of confidence for the audience as well, because they know Lei Chin is directing, so they can expect a certain quality or so from the performance. You want to say something, Arnold? You're nodding. You want to add to that?
Hopefully.
So, in the process of directing this, of coming up with this show, what are the biggest challenges that you guys faced?
In The Day I Met the Prince. Well, this is the first time I'm directing children play.
Okay.
And actually you have to be very young. And also young in heart as well. Yeah, physically young and young in heart to during the rehearsal time, because children play actually need a lot of energy. Yeah, you can ask Arnold or Shu Min. I always scream at them. I always say that, give me high energy. Well, it's very hard to attract the kids, especially during the show. So pushing my performer to reach a certain level of energy is a challenge for me. And also for this play, I'm using a lot of new performer, which is non-experienced performer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they all adults or kids?
I have one.
The oldest is Arnold.
Yeah.
Okay.
One adult.
One adult,
Okay.
which is our Mr. Arnold, and then the rest is all kids.
All right.
The youngest performer is 11 years old girl.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from the Actors Studio Academy as well, from Penang KLPAC. And I open up an open audition, and then they come for the audition. That is why it's like, as the Actors Studio Academy already been in Penang KLPAC for 3 years, so actually it's a platform for them to join a real production as well, instead of only have some presentation in the studio. Yeah.
Like the kids normally do at the end of every semester.
Yeah, I think you saw,
So
right?
yeah. So you wanted to do something more than that.
So then they have a chance to join a real production, so they know that actually it's a huge difference from
Okay.
academy to a real production. So yeah, another challenge is to deal with kids, real kids. Yeah, I have 11 years old performer, 13 years old, 18 years old, 19. Shu Min is 20, and Arnold is
Arnold is
to
just
mention.
older.
adult. Adult.
And how different it is actually, because you've directed a lot of adults before, and now how did you have to change your approach when it comes to kids?
You have to become a teacher instead of a director.
Oh, okay.
You have to become a teacher, you have to become a trainer, you have to become a nanny, you have to become friends. Sometimes it's like you have to change along the character. that it's not only directing, because if you deal with adult, it's very easy. You just give instruction,
Right.
or you ask them to go back and do the character homework. They will come up with that. But with, let's say, for 11 kids, 11 years old kids, if you ask her to do homework, yeah, maybe just a very simple one like a gesture of the fox.
Okay.
Yeah, and we need somebody to train her in advance, and then only she will get, how a fox walk, how a fox bend, how a fox, the sound, this and that. And then after that, but I'm very lucky that she really did her homework.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like you have to give them a lot of information instead of they go and search by their own. Yeah.
So Arnold, being an adult, how did you have to prepare yourself for a children's theater? Because we know it can be really challenging. It's actually a lot harder than doing a realistic adult play.
To be honest, this is my first experience on stage, and no, originally I just took it as a experience, explorations, purpose, and to find out what I can do more with. I think theater is more like explore about your ability physically, mentally, and perhaps I think it's much easier that way because I'm actually taking up an adult character. It's not
Okay.
really like a youthful person. So how to say?
So you're this somber, moody person.
No, a person who is actually supposed to be very, who is mischievous,
Mischievous.
a person who can actually have to talk loud, have, as I said before, you have to scam, to scam your audience into buying your stuff,
So
Like the man in the Pasar Malam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Where you have to call out to people, try and attract the crowd.
But the main challenge is about maintaining the energy, you see, because you're trying to attract the audience, because the audience comprises like adults and children. So if I can get caught, I need to choose my audience wisely when I interact in I play. Yeah.
And what about Shu Min?
For me, I think multi-language is quite challenging because in the play, because I need to, like, from scenes 1 until the end of the scene, so I need to talk multi-language to different partner in the show. And also interacting with the child, I think is quite I can handle it because I have some experience with like teaching the child in drama, so that one's still okay. But partnering with young kids is it's quite hard because they're still young, they're still new. It's like almost all of them is their first experience in performing in professional theater group and production. So sometimes we have to like I think me and Arnold is like their brother and sister, and you have to lead
Maybe
them.
like parents, huh?
Yeah, so both of us have to be like leader,
Like
to lead them to do
mentors.
warm up, and so on. So both of us, although our age is not that huge difference, but we have to be very young and very energetic. But it's quite tired for us because in Penang we have 2 shows in one day. So morning one show and also evening one show. Evening one show. So you have to like maintain your energy from morning. So we can easily get sick compared to
Other production.
other production.
Yep.
Yeah, because you have to make sure that because kids are easily distract from like because they cannot concentrate for a long time, so you have to like think ways to attract them and so on. So you must be same age with the kids. So as a 20 years old girl, I need to pretend 8 years old. Yeah, you have to imitate them and so on. So but it's a fun experience lah. It's a very interesting experience. work with kids, interact with kids. Yeah.
I want to know about the adapted play. How different it is compared to the original one? Because you use local language, and what else? What about the plots and the scenes?
The plot and the scenes are the same. The one and only difference is the language that I chosen, because in the original play, there are two languages. It's either all in Mandarin or all in English. Yeah, but it's the same plot and also the same storyline. Everything is the same. And actually there are two differences. Another difference is in the original play, the director used only 3 performers. Yeah, only 3 performers. So you see there's a lot of character in there. I think almost 6, right? Yeah, but the director in Singapore, Goh Bao Kun, he only used 3 performers. So the performer, they have a lot of chances to act double character in the play. But in my show, in this The Day I Met the Prince, I expand the number of the number of performer up to 6, which means I have an assistant medicine seller, where actually in the play in Goh Bao Kun's side, sometimes it exists, but sometimes it's not, because actually it's only have 2 lines. Yeah, but for my side, I did make the assistant medicine seller exist, so that it can become something like a duet with Arnold. Yeah, it's a girl. It's
So
a
they don't
13 years
feel
old
lonely
girl.
there. Yeah.
Or else you will feel lonely.
So
Yeah.
in which plot that you use languages such as Bahasa Malaysia or Hokkien?
For Bahasa Malaysia, I use in scene 3, where the little girl and the little prince, they met the geographer.
That is the first person they met.
Yeah, the first person they met through their during the journey. So the geographer will use Bahasa Malaysia, and for Arnold is the second person they meet in the journey. So Arnold will use Hokkien. And then for the little girl, sometimes she will speak in Mandarin, sometimes she will speak in English, and for the little prince, he will speak thoroughly in Mandarin only. And for our granny, because she's a 18 years old girl, and she's a mix Chinese and Filipino, right?
And also Malay.
And also Malay, yeah.
Yeah.
So she can speak Tagalog.
Oh, okay.
So when she played the part of her granny, she used some Tagalog. Yeah.
So any plans to expand the
Yeah.
scope of the languages?
I think for this point,
I think
this is enough for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard for me. It's a huge challenge as well, as I need to put myself in different shoes. If let's say I'm a person who only knew English, will I be able to understand the whole script when other character is speaking in other language that I don't understand at all? So it's like
And we don't have subtitle.
Yeah, because it's how to say it? The stage is all around and the audience is in the middle. Is it something like Arena?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I can't have a subtitle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
First of all, is I can't, and second is I don't really want to have a subtitle because this is Malaysia. Usually we use a lot of languages during our daily life. So why not? It happens in the theater as well. We'll see how it goes.
And when it comes to art, it kind of trespasses everything,
Yeah,
It-
languages is not a border, right, in arts. Yeah.
And you mentioned earlier that it was Goh Bao Kun who wrote the Mandarin script, is it?
Yep.
Are you working closely with him or?
No. I never work with him.
You just got the script from him.
Yeah.
Because he's a renowned director in Singapore.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was actually somehow involved in the production.
No.
So was he the one who came up with the name, or was it you, the day I met the prince?
He came out with the name.
He came up with the name.
Yes.
Because at first we were thinking it's some fairy tale story or something.
It's a
from
fairy
the title
tale.
itself,
It
'cause
can
it's-
be a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale for this era.
Oh, right.
In
In
this
this
era.
context.
Yeah, in this
Okay.
era.
So, what's the message that you want to get across? What do you want people to get from watching The Day I Met the Prince?
The Day I Met the Prince. Actually, it's about you know, kids usually when they grow up, they tend to forget their childhood easily, especially this era generation, as they have a lots of devices. I don't think they know how to climb a tree, right? So I just hope that after the adults and the kids watch The Day I Met the Prince, they, especially for adults, actually I hope that they can think back what the childhood meant to be, and the pureness, the sincerity, and we can be a straightforward person instead of how should I put it? Arnold,
Help her out.
It's just like what you did back when you were small. See, you were there's just so many things you want to do.
And it's also a very inquisitive play because the prince kept questioning everything.
Yes, correct.
And
Yeah.
everyone that he met.
Yeah.
You know, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
And some of the answers given can be really depressing.
yeah,
Yes, correct.
just for the kids is be brave and be yourself, and then for the adult is just think back of your childhood. Sometimes we change along because other people want us to change to be like who we are right now, but actually think back. Sometimes it's good to be kids as well.
And Shu Min, do you want to add something to that?
Yeah, like Li Xin said, don't let the society and the world to change you. Yeah, because that's what we are special for, right? So don't have to be same for everyone. Yeah, it's quite a I think for the performer, why we go to audition is some of us like we really like the original story of the novel, so we tend to like join in this group and tell the story to all the audience. So in the play we does have many interesting part, like teach the audience to do fold the roles and so on, and let them to experience that. So yeah, in Penang show, some of the adults are very, they are like kids. They enjoy folding the roles and so on. Yeah, so we really hope that the adults and kids can enjoy with us. Yeah.
So when is it showing in KL? What are the dates? What are the ticket prices?
It's tomorrow. Tomorrow is 26, right?
26,
Yeah.
yes.
It's 26, 27, and 28
Okay.
of September. For 26 and 27, we have 3 shows per day, which is 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. And for Sunday show is 4 p.m. is the last show. And the ticket price is 25 for students or task card holder, and it's 35 for adults. But if you are coming in a family, we have family package which is 2 adults and 2 kids. It's only 100 ringgit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all the time that we have for our session. Thank you so much for coming into the studio and explaining to us about the display that you're doing.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
all the best in your KL run.
Thanks.
Thank you.